Hello everyone, this is Siham from the Research and Development Department in Market Equity, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some of the important pairs and their price movement predictions for the day, which falls on a Tuesday, 9th of November 2021. Let's begin with the Euro versus the US dollar, where in the previous videos we said that the pair is moving in a downtrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame. However, we can see that in the downtrend there has been some signs of weakness, some of which is the formation of the falling wedge in the daily time frame and the failure to break down through level 1.1525, where, upon rebounding upwards off of it, the pair continued to break upwards to the upper boundary of the falling wedge in the 1-hour time frame, where it has currently started an upwards correctional movement in the 1-hour time frame as well as the 4-hour time frame inside the downtrend in the 4-hour time frame and the daily time frame, and it is currently expected to retest around level 1.1615, then around level 1.1625 near the upper boundary of the falling wedge in the daily time frame. One thing to note, however, is that even though the downtrend is still ongoing regardless of the weakness signs, however, due to these signs that we have mentioned, it further supports the probability of breaking upwards to level 1.1690, and in that case, it will be starting a new uptrend in the daily time frame for the pair, which will continue to target around level 1.19, then around level 1.1995 as primary targets in the expected uptrend upon the breaking upwards to the upper boundary of the falling wedge in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily time frame, and the breaking upwards to level 1.1690. So as we said, the current weakness signs, along with the fact that if we look at the weekly time frame, we can see that around the current areas, whether it is around level 1.1530 or 1.1640, it is considered a support area, whether we are talking about level 1.1530, which resembles level 50% Fibonacci of the previous upwards movement that started around level 1.063 and ended around level 1.2350, or if we're talking about level 1.1640, which resembles around 100% of the extension of the price movement that started around level 1.2350 and then ended around level 1.1690, and then continued to form another high around level 1.2270, which shows that the current downtrend or the current downwards correctional movement compared to the previous upwards movement is almost ending due to the current areas being a reversal area. As we said, this will be confirmed upon the breaking upwards to the upper boundary of the falling wedge in the daily time frame and the 4-hour time frame, as well as breaking upwards to level 1.1690. If we notice the RSI indicator in the daily time frame, then we can see that by rebounding upwards off of around level 40, it supports the continuity of the current upwards movement, and if we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that even though it is moving around 60, which supports the probability of rebounding down off of around the current levels in order to correct due to it being close to the overbought area. However, due to the RSI indicator failing to reach around level 30 near the oversold area, where it continued to rebound upwards off of it, it further supports the continuity of the current upwards correctional movement. That was it for the Euro versus the US dollar. Let's move on to the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. In the previous videos, we said that the pair is moving in a downtrend in the 4-hour time frame inside the overall uptrend in the daily time frame, and recently we can see that it has rebounded upwards off of around level 0.7360, which resembles around level 50% Fibonacci of the previous upwards movement that started around level 0.7170 and ended around level 0.7555, which further supports the ending of the current downtrend in the 4-hour time frame and the return to the previous uptrend or the overall uptrend in the daily time frame. If we notice the 1-hour time frame, then we can see that upon rebounding upwards off of around level 0.7360, the pair continued to form a positive divergence in the 1-hour time frame, where it then continued to break upwards to the previous fallen wedge in the 1-hour time frame, and this further supports the return to the uptrend due to the continuity of the current upwards movement. However, the uptrend will be confirmed upon the breaking upwards to level 0.7430, which, by breaking upwards to it, will support the start of the uptrend in the 4-hour time frame as well as the targeting of around level 0.7480, then around level 0.7530 as primary targets in the expected uptrend. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that it has started to rebound upwards off of around level 40, which by rebounding upwards off of it will support the confirmation of the rebounding upwards off of around the current levels, as well as the continuity of the current upwards movement. That was it for the Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Let's move on to the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. In the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the pair is currently moving in an upwards channel where it has started to rebound down off of around level 1.2480 near the upper boundary of the upwards channel in the 4-hour time frame, which also resembles level 38.2% Fibonacci of the previous downwards movement that started around level 1.2775 and ended around level 1.2285, which by rebounding down off of around these levels will support the return to the previous downtrend in the 4-hour time frame, as well as the continuity of the overall downtrend in the daily time frame, and will then continue to target around level 1.23, then around level 1.2150 as primary targets in the expected downtrend in the 4-hour time frame and the current downtrend in the daily time frame. If we notice the RSI indicator in the 4-hour time frame, then we can see that by rebounding down off of around level 70 near the overbought area, it supports the probability of returning to the previous downtrend in the 4-hour time frame. That was it for the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Market Equity wishes you successful trading. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.